Morning. So, I've been a little bit over overworked lately. I've been doing projects that I really wasn't that into. So, I'm going to do a project that is close to my heart, and that is rebuilding my very first printer and making it better. Way back in 2015, I bought my very first printer, a G-Tech i3 aluminum, and let's face it, it was bad. I never really got it working, and I kind of gave up and bought an Ender 3. At some point in 2022, I decided to try and fix it, and I redesigned most of the printer. I put clipper on it, a Ender 3 hot end, and a 4020 part cooling fan with a BL Touch. I did get it to work, and it printed good prints, but I wanted more speed. I ended up swapping out the single 4020 with a dual 4020 setup, and I increased the heater wattage on the hot end to get more flow. And this printer worked great. I should have just left it, but for some reason, some guy named Rolahan made a cool little printer called the Rook. And that's what happened to it. I tore it down and built my first Rook. So now I'm left with a frame, and I want to use all my knowledge that I've learned over the last couple of years and build a better printer. Now, to be clear, this is not going to be a do it as quickly as possible with whatever works type of deal. This is going to be the time that it's going to take. I have most of the parts. I have not designed any of the custom parts yet. But I do have a general idea to what I'm going to do. So, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to use the stock actual frame, which is just a copy of a Mendel i3 frame. And then this particular frame uses threaded rods to hold the end pieces for the y-axis, and I'm going to keep using that. It works, so why fix it? And I have the bed. I'm just going to keep using that same bed. I'm not going to have leveling knobs because I'm just going to shim it and make it permanently attached. I still have the old motors. Most of them are still good. I might have to put some more beefier motors on the X and Y axes, but I'm going to dig around in my drawer and see what I can find. For the tool head, the one thing that I'm not sure about yet is the hot end. I have some CHCs and a TZ and some bamboo hot ends. Any one of those are more than perfectly fine for this. This won't be a high flow, high speed printer anyways, so might as well just not do overkill. Part cooling, I'm just probably gonna fit a 50-15 on there and call it a day. That's more than enough. Micro probe for the leveling. I would love to do clicky probe on this, but that would be a servo actuator, and that just increases everything. I want to do this as simple as possible. So lead screw Z, just kind of keep that old lead screw system, but I do have some anti-backlash nuts. And then micro 4 and a pad mini for the electronics. Hopefully that is everything. I'm not sure of the extruder. I have a sail fin and a Sherpa mini that I'm probably going to put on here. And I'm also going to put on some sort of can toolhead stuff. I'm not sure which one yet, but we'll see. So join me for this series. Like I said, I haven't designed anything. This is kind of an involvement process. I'll try to take you with me on the process of doing all the stuff and not just this is what I did. So let's start out with the first piece of the puzzle, which is measuring the frame and getting it from here and into the computer. So give me a second. Now, this is what I've done so far, and that is I've taken this guy and some measurement tools, calipers, ruler. I even have a radius tool that I printed to get all the radiuses. Haven't put those into the CAD yet, but it's coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along and measure all of these pieces that I still have. I'm missing 2 of the frame pieces. Not a big worry. I was going to print those anyways because I wanted to make some changes. And I'm just going to grab measurements, do all the drawing, and extrude them into parts so that I can end up with an assembly. And this way I can try to plan ahead. I have ideas of how I want to design the pieces that I haven't designed. So if I wanted to add holes, I can use these measurements to either just measure them onto the pieces or print templates for drilling and stuff like that. A lot of the holes that I'm pretty sure that I won't use, I've not put into the sketches. All of these holes on the sides here, I'm planning on not using them because I want to keep this clean. I want to make it as clean looking as possible. So maybe I'll do something funny with them eventually, but right now I just want to get the crucial measurements done and put into the CAD. So this is going to take a while. Hopefully I'll get something started printing today. I don't know. Day's just starting, so come on with me, I guess. I'll talk to you when I get some more progress on this. So I think I'm just going to explain what I'm doing with these pieces, and that is I'm just transferring all the measurements that I can find here into Onshape. So this is a rectangle. So the very first thing I do is I'm just going to roughly draw this shape. So it's a rectangle with a circle down here, and then a big circle in the middle, and then there's a protruding rectangle up there. Adding chamfers and rounded edges, that's something that I'll do later. And then there is the little pattern. So I like to do patterns by using a construction rectangle. So put down that, switch to a circle again, create 4 circles, and then make all of these the same size by using the equals tool. And then I already know that these are 3mm holes, so that's easy. And then I just need to start scaling it from this. So I'll do the circle in the middle first. Remember to zero out at actual 0. So that's 22mm. So just dimension that to 22. And then I'll dimension the big square. And that is, let's see, 59.7. So I'm just going to go 60. It's important to separate between the crucial measurements and the non-crucial measurements, and these are non-crucial measurements. So 55.8, so I'm just going to go 56. And then I'm going to wait on getting that measurement because that is a NEMA 17 motor, so I can find the exact specs online. I just don't have them in my head at the moment. Let's just create a new circle over there. That circle is 8 millimeters. And then to find out where that is, I'm just going to measure from the edge of the circle to any of the edges. So first measurement is 7.4. So this one is crucial because I need to know where this hole is. So I'm going to include all the decimals. And then 16.7 like that. Now let's do the little tab at the top. So I'm just going to get a width and a length of that first. So that's 19.6. I don't think this is crucial, but this is just the part that interferes with the frame, so it's not crucial at all. But I want to use it to be able to align all my frame pieces, and that is crucial. So the depth, 5.6, which makes sense because it's a 6 millimeter frame. And then I'm just going to grab the measurement from one of the sides, 17.2. So from that side to that side, 17.2. Alright, so that is most of the measurements. I'm just going to add the NEMA 17 stuff later. I'm not worried about chamfers or rounding corners. If I need to do that, I'll just do that as a chamfer on the finished part later on. And on this, there's some threaded holes. Doesn't really matter at this point. But I have this part. Let's just do that for now, just to make it look like a part. And then I'll extrude that part at 5.8 millimeters, which is the actual size of the thickness of the frame. And now I have my piece. So I'll throw that into my assembly as I go along, and I'm just going to make all the pieces, put together what I have, and then start designing around the actual pieces that I have, the hardware, the hot end, the tool head, the motors, and all that stuff. So I'm probably just gonna skip to a somewhat finished product here. Alright, it's been a couple of days, like 3 days, and I've been kind of obsessed with designing this. It's been really fun, and I'm at a point where I can start printing. I'm not done with the design. It's mostly there. The actual shield for the tool head is probably the last thing that I'm going to worry about. I have not done the part cooling yet, but it's looking really nice. So I'm just going to start printing some test pieces, make sure everything fits together. I'm probably going to build this fully with just test prints, and then I'll switch over to using the actual good parts when I know everything works together. But yeah, I'm gonna print some pieces and at least get a frame together roughly, and then we'll see how it looks. So give me a day, but for you it'll be like now. So this is where I'm gonna leave this for this video. I have full range of motion. Both the bed and the X and Y axes, X and Z axes move. I've had to reprint a couple of times just because everything is measured manually. There's no guarantee. So I'm reprinting these two again due to some measurements not being 100%. But it's coming together, and I'm liking how it looks. I've had to do some changes. Something didn't work, and this is part of the fun, experimenting. And yeah, if you want to follow this closer than just videos, I'm doing updates every day or every other day on the Rollahan Discord. I have a build thread going on there where I share screenshots and detailed lists of what I'm doing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit that thumbs up button because it does make a difference. So, bye.